evening. Good evening. On behalf of the Randall High School faculty and staff and Canyon ISD, we would like to welcome you to the graduation ceremonies for the class of 2021. Thank you.
Good evening. If you would remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Now for the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one indivisible. Now stay standing for the playing of the national anthem by the Randall Band.
Please be seated. I would like to welcome you all to our 2021 graduation ceremony. I would first like to acknowledge the faculty, staff, and administrators. For if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here today. Please give them a hand. Also, all of the parents for their constant support to our students and for being here today to see a great accomplishment take place. Give them a hand. Thank you. Finally, the graduates. You all worked incredibly hard, and despite such a difficult year full of constant changes and challenges, you overcame it all and made it here today. Give them a hand. Thank you. Graduates, it cannot be emphasized just exactly what we had to go through. Yet against all the odds, we made it out on top. Randall High School completely surpassed all champions and competition. We started earlier than most. We provided opportunities that seemed impossible at the time, and we set the precedent and example for other schools in our area because we are Raiders of Randall High. Class of 2021, let's graduate.
At this time, I would like to introduce our stage. Applause. Cobb, Bill Jenkins, Jenny Weingartner, Dr. Matt Parker, Catherine Weekand, Linda Hinders, Randy Darnell, Superintendent Dr. Teacher and Coach David, Associate Principal Dr. Myers, Principal Vince Singleton, Heather Wilson, Assistant Superintendent of Business and Operations, Robin Cranmer, Assistant Superintendent of Support Services, and Cameron Rosser, Assistant Superintendent of and you may now get her out of here.
Graduation is a time where we are all able to celebrate our accomplishments individually and as a class, surrounded by friends and family. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize a member of the class of 2021 who is unable to be here with us tonight, John Michael Morrison, who tragically passed away 2 days before the start of our junior year. JM is a cherished teammate on the track and cross country team, and in his sophomore year, he qualified and ran with his team at the state cross country meet. He was also a member of the Raider Band, where he played in the highly loved drum line on Friday nights. He impacted so many people in his short life and has created a long-lasting legacy at Randall High School through its students and his graduating class. The special arrangement of maroon and white flowers on the stage is dedicated to our classmate John Michael, who aspired to attend Texas A&M University. If you would all please stand, bow your heads, and join me in a moment of silence to honor the life and memory of senior John Michael Morrison. You may be seated.
Hello, my name events, it becomes necessary to have proper signage, direction, and order. The class of 2021 will rise. We will provide signs for Randall so that visitors may come and know where to go, know where the administration offices are, and know where events are. Our signs will also be a testament of our Raider pride on display for all to see.
Randall has changed, evolved, and grown over the past few years, and especially in the past few months. We are proud to be a part of this change, and we are proud to put our mark on this change. We would now like to invite Mr. Singleton up to the podium.
Jake and Emily, it is with great honor and pride, and seniors, that we accept your gift and your class gift to Randall High School. This is going to be a gift that will continue to be utilized throughout our community as we continue to hold some of the greatest events. Thank you.
This evening, we are proud to present Teacher Excellence. This award is a prestigious honor voted on by many graduating seniors of Randall High, an award that represents the impact a teacher has on their students. The Teacher Excellence Award is presented to a teacher who exemplifies excellence in the classroom every day. We are so proud to present this award to the deserving individual who has been chosen by the class of 2020.
She grew up in Amarillo, attending Amarillo High School, where she was heavily involved in track. She then attended Amarillo College, where she was involved in the honors program. She finally graduated from West Texas A&M University with a major in math. She always thought that teaching was her calling, but her grandpa solidified this thought before she began her path in education. Without any knowledge of her future plans, the former pastor asked her when she would begin teaching. Because he was unaware of her goal of becoming a teacher, asking this question reassured her that she had the qualities that teaching required.
She began teaching at Pampa High School in 2009 before coming to Randall in 2011. In her 10 years here at Randall, she has positively impacted so many of her students. Her favorite part of interacting with students is watching them grow and mature. Her students say that she knows when to push them so that they can reach their full potential by relating to and making close relationships. Her husband says that she bends over backwards for her kids by having a flexible schedule to meet with them, going above and beyond to help them succeed, and even spending time on their vacations, grading papers, and at the end of the day, she not only wants her students to learn math, but to be good people and contribute positively to society.
Her husband also says that this teacher strives to have her attitude and actions match wherever she is at. She wants to be the same at school, the grocery store, or at a sporting event so that when her students see her, she will be the same no matter where they cross paths. Her desire to set such an example for her students at all times sets her apart from others. One of her favorite quotes is, "The choices we make dictate the lives we lead," from the movie Renaissance Man. She exemplifies this quote through being compassionate with her students, thus leading a loving life. She has recently been receiving gifts from her students and has been emotional with the thought that she is making a positive impact on them. Her husband says that he is sure that receiving this award will send her over the edge.
As a result of her dedication to having a positive impact on her students, it is our privilege to present this year's Teacher Excellence Award to Mrs. Jessica White.
Good evening. I feel deeply honored to present to you this year's Sterling Award winner. This year's list of student nominees included many exceptional, hardworking, and extremely accomplished students. The class of 2021 is a remarkable group of students who have made great contributions to Randall High School. We are so proud of you. The Sterling Award began as a way to honor a student who consistently strives for excellence, a Raider with determination and a strong character. This is Randall's way of saying thank you for being outstanding during your 4 years here. In addition to being honored with a plaque of recognition, this student will also receive a $500 scholarship gifted by the Education Foundation. This year's Sterling Award winner distinguished herself during her 4 years here at Randall. She is a talented, humble, kind, and responsible young lady. Mrs. Renee Sprinkle emphatically stated, "This student is someone who is going to do something spectacular with her life. She has definitely used her 4 years at Randall to learn and grow." Mr. James Godwin said, "Her work ethic and passionate pursuit of knowledge is evident to everyone, but this student has an unquantifiable ability, which is the heart of Randall High." He said, "She has the ability to connect honestly with everyone she meets and makes them feel like family. We are stronger because of her legacy." Mrs. Rachel Huseman described her as a meticulous worker, a wonderful friend, and an exceptional person, a student who represents the Raider spirit in every possible way. In addition, another one of her teachers, Mr. Matthew Driver, summed up her attitude quite nicely by saying this: "This student embodies the saying, 'A job well done is its own reward.'" He said, "You don't see many adults who live this way." And while her teachers spoke about her talents and successes, what we want to honor this evening is how grounded and humble she remained while she was here at Randall. Mrs. Sasha Riley said, "This student's strength is wrapped with grace and empathy for others. Her gentle spirit is admired by others and cherished by those who are close to her. She is a beautiful representation of what the Sterling Award is about." In addition to her amazing character, this student also has great appreciation and love for music. According to Mr. Steve Matthews, this student is your go-to for creating a Spotify playlist, and she can teach anyone how to make magic on Facebook. She is a Facebook guru. Her band director, Mrs. Ginger Denny, said during summer band she constantly requested the Bee Gees at relays, and she would bust out her band's best. This student's list of awards and academics are quite extensive. Next year, she will be attending Oklahoma State University on academic and music scholarships. There, she will begin studying for her future as a middle school band director. Catherine, or Katie Fox, is a student who is an example of integrity, grace, and excellence in her every endeavor. Congratulations to this year's Sterling Award winner, Katie Fox.
Our next three speakers tonight are the top three students in the senior class, with all three of them having a GPA over 104. Please welcome Emily Klein, the number 3 ranked student at Randall High School.
Legacy. What's a legacy? It's planting seeds in a garden you never get to see. It's the impact our actions have on others that we might not be aware of. It's the meaning and depth of relationships we nurture. This class left an impression on Randall High School through our exceptional academic performance, region and state titles in sport, high scores across the board in performing and art. And we have fostered relationships that result in a lifetime of both at from the parents who have always been your biggest fans, taxis, and supporters, and the aunt who drove hours to see your birth, the best friends who are just a call away from United Teacher, who are always there for you, cross state lines, and get all 4 years worth of inside jokes. The teachers who push you to study until 3 a.m. but know the 5's worth, and those who have grown more like second parents. As anyone who has had the privilege of connecting with our class, we have left an impact. You might have heard the parable of the sower and the seeds. Matthew 13, verses 9 read, "A farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seed, some fell along the path, and the birds came up. Some fell on rocky places where it did not have soil. It sprang up quickly, the soil was shallow, but when the sun came up, the plants were scorched, and they withered because they had no root. Other seeds fell among thorns, which grew up and choked plants. Still other seed on the good soil, where it produced a crop, 100 times what was sown." It may have taken a high school course worth of time to understand the meaning and significance of having a legacy. Thankfully, life doesn't stop after school. You may not have been conscious of your impact or the exponential effects of your actions over these past years, but now, as we move on to our future, be aware and intentional about the actions we make. Aware, just as some of the farmer's seeds were fruitless, not all the impressions you leave are positive, but the goal isn't to cover the most amount of possible, to leave the most widespread or recognized legacy. It's to plant the seeds with care and in the intention to help them grow, to leave a deep and lasting impact on the people. The legacy that this class left on Randall High School impacts teachers, future classes, and even up generations. As you move on in life, whether it be to college, work, the military, or trade school, be mindful of the legacy you're planting in your garden. Be sure to appreciate harvest.
Our next speaker tonight is our salutatorian, Micah. Micah be with us tonight. His fights right now, he is currently in Houston. Please join me as Micah delivers his address on the jump.
Hello, fellow graduates, families, friends, and faculty. It is my honor to be giving the salutatorian address for the senior class of 2021. Unfortunately, I'm not able to be with you in person this evening, but I'm so thankful to be able to share with you as we celebrate graduation. I decided to title my address for this year, "A Few Things I Learned While Completing High School with Cancer." I was diagnosed with AML leukemia, a type of blood cancer, a week and a half into my junior year of high school. It is a fast-acting cancer requiring quick and aggressive treatment. I was sent to Northwest Texas Hospital to receive my care throughout the fall of 2019, and I was sent to Texas Children's Hospital in Houston and received a bone marrow transplant. I spent 125 days in the hospital my junior year. I was cancer-free for about 14 months until a relapse earlier this year. I'm currently at Texas Children's Hospital continuing my treatment. The first lesson that I learned through this experience was the importance of my support team. I'm so grateful for my family, my friends, my teachers, my healthcare providers, and my community. I want to share a little bit about each of these. I know that my family will always be there for me because they've been there for me in some really tough times. Mom, you are my rock. You have been there for me more times than I could ever say, and I'm so excited to be done with cancer, if only to celebrate the victory with you. Benjamin, Jacob, Ryan, and Megan, you are not only my siblings, but my best friends. Thank you for supporting me throughout your games, conversation, and love. My grandparents have been my cheerleaders and caregivers, and I love them so much. Graduates, after the ceremony, please hug your family and let them know how special they are. I feel so lucky to have some dedicated friends who came to see me in the hospital, helped me to connect to classes virtually, kept me posted on day-to-day happenings, and encouraged me. Thank you especially to Olivia, Emily, Katie, Alyssa, Trenton, Maggie, Julia, and Quentin. Cancer helped me value friendship in a new way. Graduates, tell your friends how much they mean to you, and be a good friend to others. You can make a big difference in someone's life. At Randall, we have some of the most hardworking, dedicated, and caring teachers in the state of Texas. When I got sick in September of 2019, every single one of my teachers volunteered in my junior year to help me with my homebound education. They gave me the confidence and helped me to keep moving in my education. Teachers, I can never tell you how much your commitment and encouragement has meant to me. Thank you. When you spend as much time in the hospital as I have, you really get to know your doctors and nurses. These hardworking professionals have frankly saved my life. They have taken care of me in so many ways. COVID taught the world how important our healthcare workers are, and I'm so grateful for the care that I have received. I've also been blessed with a supportive community. Sometimes you don't realize how fortunate you are until you're in a really tough spot. I felt the love and support of the Randall Band, the Randall administration, my fellow Raiders, my church, and even complete strangers. I know that many have offered prayers and encouragement, and it took this experience for me to realize how special my community truly is. A second lesson that cancer has taught me is that I can handle more than I ever thought that I could. If you had told me 2 years ago that my future would include months in the hospital, missing out on high school, isolation, and enduring some tough medical treatments, I would not have been able to imagine it. I found out earlier than I would have liked that life is not fair. But I also learned that I am resilient and I can cope with hard things. All of us have our own challenges and struggles throughout life, but you are all resilient and stronger than you know. To quote my mom and I's motto of 2019, you can do hard things. Take challenges day by day, hour by hour, and minute by minute. You do not have to be afraid of the future because you will find the strength you need. A final lesson I will share with you is the importance of looking forward. I will be honest, during some of the toughest times of the last 2 years, it has been challenging to set goals and motivate myself to keep focused on the future. It is easy to get stuck in life circumstances and feel hopeless. My mom often has to remind me that everyone has a hope and future, and that God has a plan for all of us. Some days I can only focus on the smallest goals, and other days I'm ready for more. As we graduate, we are on the brink of life transition. There are exciting times ahead. Look forward and embrace your future. Thank you for indulging me with the speech, even though I'm not there to get it in person. I wish you all the very best, Randall Raiders. Go do great things.
Good afternoon. I would like to first acknowledge these first 3 students. They wanted me to say their name at graduation, so I agreed. But I would like to make it a bit of a competition. Whoever's the loudest wins what? I don't know. So, where are you, Jackie Pivas? Oh my goodness, Jackie, you failed me. How about Seth Lucero? Oh, there you are. Okay. Alexis Camacho, where are you? Let's go! Okay. Anyways, thank you guys. But I think, Alexis, you won. Second, I would like to thank some students. These guys helped me out at prom, and they know what they did. Ryan Henry, Kennedy Howard, Brooklyn Bertrand, Berkeley Huddleston, Kaden Bonilla, Alyssa Carrillo, Alyssa Miero, and not a student, but Mrs. Selman. Anyways, it is an honor to be the valedictorian of Randall High School, class of 2021. But it would be unjust to say I did everything on my own. I recently saw this video about Arnold Schwarzenegger giving a motivational speech. Now in the video, there were other important messages, but what stuck with me in the video was the idea of the self-made man. The idea of the self-made man can create a misleading image. We all came from something, and no one did it solely by themselves. For me, I did not become valedictorian by myself. I had the helps of teachers, peers, friends, parents, and others. I am humbled by the way I got here, and I'm grateful for the people who not only help, but made me enjoy life. Single, you're an awesome role model. I used to be intimidated by him, guys. He was the big guy, figuratively and physically. But what makes him stand apart from everyone is that he cares about every single person, every single organization. He may be the person we look up to and hold accountable, but the people, associate principals, counselors, registrars, and etc. that have supported him and helped run the wonderful school also has my thanks. There are also some of you in the crowd that have been my amazing friends too. You have made many memories, but you have always been there, influenced me in the right direction, and pushed me to my limits. Keith Abaduma, I'm looking at you wherever you are. You're a monster. You created happy moments for me too, and made high school enjoyable. But there is one specific person that is very dear to me. Granny Flores. You've helped me become a better person. Teach me how to be kind and caring, always being there. Thank you. I've also spent my 4 years in high school band, where I gained even more amazing friends and made even more memories. It allowed me to get out of my comfort zone and learn how to become a leader and a follower. I thank the directors that have put in a lot of work to make our efforts worth it. Especially Denny, who also taught me through her example that you can't please everyone. You just have to stay happy and positive and eat a vegetable because they're good for you. I'm glad to say I was a part of something big at our school. Furthermore, we can't forget about our teachers. They run this school and influence every one of us. They allowed me to become knowledgeable about our world and taught me how to think critically about what I say and interpret. Teachers like Mrs. Hare pushed me to my limits for success. They held everyone to high standards. Many of them, like Mrs. Clark and Mr. Matthews, are hardworking, putting in the many hours after school for subjects they don't even teach. Many of them are so caring, accommodating, and fun to listen to, like Mrs. Denise Logan and Senior Dahlia Lopez, or ones that are just iconic, such as Mrs. Jen Weston. Go Aggies! However, there is one teacher who is very special to me, Mrs. Karina Shirgley. She has something no teacher has, and that is thieves hand sanitizer. Also, I'm glad you went with and had fun with all the Shrek jokes too. But she handled a lot of things, like 4 classes, medical math, pre-cal, computer science, pre-AP, and AP. But she also decided to add something else to her busy plate, which was robotics. We had no robotics before, and I asked her about it one day, and we started from there. She was constantly at the school on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and even Saturdays. Her hard work and dedication with everything has been said as such an inspiration. Thank you, Mrs. Shirk. Another important influence, actually, the greatest in my life, my family. We have ups and downs, but that is a part of a family. I would like to thank my mother first, teaching me respect, humbleness, loving me unconditionally, even if I don't listen. To my sisters, Annika and Aaliyah Ma, who have always been there for me as family, especially Annika. Thank you for listening to me and always being my friend. I wish you guys luck in your futures, and I hope you make your own path and not let my name represent who you are. I would lastly like to thank my father. He worked so hard to achieve one of the most difficult challenges in the world for any foreigner, to make it here, to live in the best country in the world. He risked it all and sacrificed it all. His family no longer had a home or any possessions except for the clothes on their back. It was also dangerous. My father traveled on a boat from Vietnam to Malaysia that could not hold the people that it should have. Even here, he had struggles He left Vietnam around the age of 6 and took a lot of time to get back into school. More significantly, he barely knew any English. My father is a very intelligent man, and I know this is a fact, but these limitations, these barriers held him down. However, he continued. I understand what it means to work hard to get the job done, no matter what his example. Thank you. He showed that we can always do better. Look at me. I'm the valedictorian, but there is so much more than I can do. There's a quote that has always inspired me. It came from one of my favorite movies, Whiplash. There are no two words in the English language more harmful than good job. Think about it. If we said everything was a good job and we're fine with what we had, we would have no Revolutionary War, no America, no planes, or no possibility of space travel. Even the creation of the computer or your phone. I would like you to think about this. Stop being complacent, settling for less, and rewarding mediocrity. There is so much more that you and I can do. So always strive for the best. And I'm talking to everyone here. Students, teachers, parents, siblings, friends. Make a change, whether it's large or small, personal or widespread, physically or mentally. You can all do it. All that being said, though, everyone came here not to listen to me. Class of 2021, we have done so much. So, I would like everyone to congratulate, stand up, make noise, make Canyon High know the Randall class of 2021 is graduating today. Give them a little up for them. Let's go. I thank you all, and I wish your futures a best one. Thank you.
Good evening. Usually I'm rapping. I have a mic. I want to get started by recognizing a gentleman that is instrumental in our state titles at Randall High School. One of the greatest football wrestling assistant coaches at Randall, Westover Park ever had, Mr. Keegan Buchanan. Stand, sir. Aiden Buchanan graduated. That I was asked by Dr. Clucci and Mr. Singleton to address our 2021 graduating class, what it means to be a Raider. Since I've been at Randall 26, I believe I may have insight that is. It has been proven that Randall Raiders can become leading scientists, movie producers. This is harder. I'm sitting there, oh, I'm going to be fine. They're tripping. We've had leading scientists, movie producers in Hollywood, Billboard, country music stars, attorneys, Division I Ivy League wrestlers, Major League Baseball players, Division I Big 12, Pac-12, Big 10 athletes, track, basketball, tennis, softball, go on, you name it, we've done it. I started my employment here in CISD back in the fall of 1995. And although, yes, that's a very long time ago, it has gone by in a flash. In between 1995 and 2021, there lies a dash. There lies a dash. I want to read a poem to you by Linda Ellis called The Dash. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of birth and spoke the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash those years. For that dash represents all the time that they spent alive on earth. And now only those who love them know what the line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and how love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real and what always try to understand the way other people feel and be less quick to anger and show appreciation more and love people in our lives like we've never loved before. And if we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering this special dash may only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read with your life action to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spend your dash? So getting back to what it means to be a Randall Raider, in each of the years here at Randall, you have been influenced by a great faculty and staff. Your lives are very different, unique, yet the same. Randall Raiders, in my opinion, are ready to meet challenges head on, try new things confidently. Randall Raiders are courageous. So Raiders, as you prepare to embark on this chapter, the continuation of the dash, go forth and be sure to come back and share how your dash is going. Randall Raiders are taught by one of the most dedicated faculties in the country. Not that we get it 100% right 100% of the time, but in that we will make it fair and give it our best shot. So as you live your dash, I challenge you to live where your feet are. Put your phone down and be where your feet are. Take in the moment, stop and smell the roses, and recognize what's happening. Dash. I challenge you to read like the great Randall librarian, Mr. Sullivan, who passed away and is looking down upon us on this nice evening. He challenged me to read in 1995. He said, Coach Q, your athletes need to see you reading. My response, I don't like to read. Unacceptable, he says. So he asked me what my interests were. I said politics, James Bond movie, something to that effect. He said David Baldacci is your guy, and the Camo Club series became a part of my life. So thank you for Mr. Sullivan for getting me going, challenge. So now I want to recommend a book to you, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. As a Man Thinketh, self-help book by James Allen, published in 1903. It was described by Allen as dealing with the power of thought, and particularly with the use and application of thought to happy, beautiful issues. Sorry, I lost my spot. It shows how in this own thought world, each man holds the key to every condition, good or bad, that enters into his life, and that by working patiently and intelligently upon his thoughts, he may make his life and transform his circumstances. A book that will help you to help yourself. 1984 started. I want to tell you about a man who I know who put this theory into his life. And he graduated in 1969 from high school. But he remembers as a third grader, fourth grader, going around and going into courthouses and different establishments, seeing a whites-only water fountain, whites-only restroom, and having to go to a restaurant to order his meal at the side window, and then to go the back of the restaurant to pick up his meal. If that man were to listen and to think and believe what he was reading, that man would not have started working at XL Helium plant operated by the U.S. Department of the Interior. Collateral job was an equal employment opportunity counselor. In 1998, transferred to the National Park Service. Worked at the Equal Employment Opportunity Program office. 2012 was promoted to the Civil Rights Counselor in the Department Office of Civil Rights. His office overlooked the White House lawn in Washington, D.C. That man was a second generation American because his father was born in Mexico. In August 28th of this year, 2020, he retired after 36 years with the federal government. So a man that saw signs that said, whites only at this water fountain, whites only. This restroom. Education elevated, and that is my father. Sit by Mr. Keegan Buchanan. Would you stand up, Dad? I love you. Randall Raiders, I may have been a little bit tough on you at Randall High. Sometimes, Jaden, you had to listen to my Christmas carols all the way to Kansas City. He loved it. He texted me around Christmas time, hey, do you mind coming over and singing a Christmas carol at my house? He doesn't, but he should. Your hats, you get to wear them. We're outside, everybody. Tough people win. Listen, believe, apply. Listen, believe, apply, and make your dash the best dash. Thank you.
Good evening. Coach Marino, thank you again for your powerful tonight. Student speakers tonight had a great task in front of them as they prepared to address the class. Speeches and recognition they gave were great. Let's give them one more round of applause. I'd also like to recognize our senior class sponsor tonight, Devonna Clark. Devonna, you have done a great job helping prepare this tonight. There is a very special, dedicated group that I would like to recognize this time. That is the staff of Randall High School. Teachers, sitting alongside our graduates, have overcome unbelievable challenges, countless uncontrollables over the last year to make this year and this not happen. The commitment and grit of our teachers is a testament to their dedication to the students and community of Randall High School. They have remained constant in their pursuit of educating and growing our students in preparation. Their achievements this year have gone above and beyond the expectations set for them. They have further set the standard for what it means to be an educator, mentor, and a friend. Please join me in saying thank you and recognizing this amazing education. Tonight, we honor the dedication of one of our teachers that opened the doors of Randall High School in 1980. She is retiring. She has been instrumental in the development of our traditions. She has been instrumental in the development of our traditions, serving those traditions in her tenure at Randall High School. In her tenure at Randall High School, her impact on students of RHS will never be felt and recognized. The commitment she has made to our students. She has dedicated her life to education of students of God. Please join me in thanking Denise Logan. Amazing. Stand up. Sitting with this class tonight is a very special group of students that have made a commitment and dedication to serve our country. Seniors, if you're going to be serving in a branch of the military, would you please stand at this time and be recognized for your Y'all remain standing. In our audience tonight, there are several that have already committed themselves to the courageous path you're about to take. If any of our guests that are here tonight have served in the military, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Thank you all for your service, dedication, commitment to our country, community, and our. There's a very special recognition that I'd like to give tonight, this time. This year has brought with it many challenges in our community, city, and our country. The healthcare community was given a task like no other they have ever faced before, and they continue to put the well-being of others at the forefront of their actions, push through, even when hope seemed unreal. Thank you for your continued dedication to our community and the unthinkable hours you have put into the most trying times this year. If you work in the healthcare field, would you please stand at this time? Thank you again for your service, care for our community, and for helping making nights like tonight possible. All right, seniors. 4 years ago, I had the honor and privilege of meeting with you in your first days on campus as you were incoming. You were beginning your time at RHS as freshman, and I was beginning my time at Randall High School, your principal. In that first meeting, we talked about a lot of things. We talked about what it means to be a Raider, what it means to be successful in high school, and how to be prepared for life on high school. We talked about the successes the class before you had accomplished, how I challenged you to strive to be better than those that came before you. I challenged you that day. I challenged you to be a better person tomorrow than you are today. I challenged you to commit yourselves for the next 4 years to continue to grow and get better each day. That was your first assignment in high school. Who would ever have thought that the challenges you would face as a class would be some of the most difficult ever in education? But here we are. And so tonight, I will let you know just how well you did, how well you listened. I'm going to grade you one last time on how you did on that first assignment. So thanks to the tremendous efforts and commitments of this entire senior class, there's for us to take into consideration as we look at just how well in academics, seniors. You excelled once again as your Randall Raiders academic team were crowned District 5A UIL academic champion. At the state level, we had several individuals representing us in tap art, fine art, theater, design, speech, UIL academic state competition, and FFA horse judging. We have 5 all-state positions, 6 national qualifying student education educators, artists that medaled at state base. I'm excited to present to you a class of seniors that has the highest college career military graduation rate of any class before them, and they did it in the most difficult years. Give them a round of applause. Earlier this year, all schools in the Panhandle were challenged by Region 16 to have the highest FAFSA completion rate. Yes, seniors, you were the best once again, accepting and winning the challenge in front of you. You have earned over $4 million in scholarships and again set the bar academically with 59 graduating seniors tonight. Yay! That is tremendous. Congratulations. And to top that a little bit, bigger number, we have 100 seniors graduating with an A average. That's a 90 average or higher for all 4 years. Congratulations. This is an unbelievable accomplishment. In athletics, you excelled once again. Qualified for state, had individual state qualifiers in girls cross country, powerlifting, boys wrestling, girls golf, girls track, tennis, and bowling this year. We have a state champion and state record breaker in powerlifting with Slade Harris. Slade, where are you? Stand up, Slade. For the first year ever, we started a UIL, Unified Track Program at Randall High School. In their inaugural year, they won the Tech UIL Unified Great Tech State Track title out of all divisions 1A through 6A. Our women's wrestling team dominated the mats and won their first team UIL 5A team state championship. And for the third year in a row, your men's wrestling team are state champions once again, with Branson Britton being named Outstanding State. Congratulations. Branson, where you at? So, this was not only the first time a boys 5A team has won the title 3 years in a row in the state of Texas, but it is also the first time ever in the state of Texas that the boys and girls wrestling team from the same school won state championship the same year. Congratulations. And for the first time ever, Randall High School brought home not one, not two, but 3 team state championships for high school. That's a first. Congratulations. Seniors, you heard the talk this morning. Told you have a lot to thank for. Once again, you have many great accomplishments to celebrate. Be proud. You not only passed, you excelled beyond all of our expectations. Do not forget to come back and visit. Let us know how you are doing. We look forward to seeing your. Wish you the best of luck. And much like that first day, August 7th, 2017, when you walked in the auditorium, it's awesome to watch y'all walk on the field one last. Dr. Fluschi, I hereby certify that these students met all requirements set forth by the Texas Education Agency in order to receive their high school diploma or certificate of completion. It is an honor to present to you and the members of the Canyon ISD Board of Trustees the Randall High School graduating class of 2020.
Thank you, Mr. Singleton. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Canyon ISD, I accept the recommendation for the graduates of high school.
Hey, are y'all ready to graduate? All right, would the ushers please come forward? It's time to graduate.
Apollo Ma. Micah Brew.
Emily Hubbard.
Emily Klein.
Vicente Flores.
Amaya Isela de la Cruz.
Brooklyn Bertrand.
Brecklin McMinn.
Trenton Brown.
Jake Scott.
Caden Bonilla.
Chandler Hayden Abadi.
Zina H. Abujama.
Zoe Brianne Adams.
Jalen Lorene Akins.
Jonathan Alberon.
Jose Isaiah Albaran.
Ethan Michael Alcala.
Sadie Elizabeth Alamba.
Quentin Jack Amit.
Sitlali Anali Anchando.
Caitlin Marie Anders.
Chandler Blake Apple.
Colin Michael Ariano.
Caden Matthias Arenas.
Jackson Cole Arts.
Jaden Marcus Ashton.
Jocelyn Ariana Baca.
Caitlin Elizabeth Bachman.
Cambriana Malia Bacchus.
Noah Paul Baker.
Zane Joseph Barba.
Michael Perry Barham.
Jory Janae Barrera.
Ashton Enrique Barreras.
Jaden L. Barris.
Tanner Joe Bass.
Braden Rye Beck.
Riley Page Bean.
Journey Sulin Bell.
Lexi Danielle Benj.
Lenicia Marie Bell.
Dominic Betancourt.
Michaela Ann Batag.
Donovan Betancourt.
Bryce Wayne Bevel.
Joy Andra Bigham.
Nathan Lawrence Black.
Shane Nicholas Blackerby.
Bella Nicole Bohannon.
Connor James Thomas Bolton.
Kyle Daniel Boshin.
Aaliyah Nicole Bravo.
Parker Braden Bretling.
Berkeley Janae Bryce.
Zachary Blaine Brooks.
Branson Matthias Britton.
Grayson Creed Browder.
Kaylin Janae Brown.
Landon Thomas Brown.
Christian Tyler Bryant.
Zachary Todd Furrier.
Trinity Taylor Burrows.
Katarina Angela Bush.
Mason Wayne Bush.
Shakira Denise Butler.
Alexis Isais Camacho.
Angel David Camacho.
Jade Micaela Cambron.
Audrey Blair Carrillo.
Corbin Richard Campbell.
Elisa Isabel Carrillo.
Ethan Maximus Castillo.
Isaac Aaron Castro.
Kayla Noelle Castro.
Liv Grace Cathin.
Ramiro Michael Cepeda Jr.
Julian Lorenzo Cervantes.
Matthew Ryan Chambers.
Nayland Dorothy Isabella Chanthacune.
Micaela Alexis Javaria.
Gage Maurice Kai Chanthacune.
Michael Chavaria.
Raiden Michael Chavaria.
Luis Alberto Chavez.
Jacqueline May Chin.
Dylan Ray Cherb.
Riley Annan Cherney.
Dylan Blake Cheney.
Mia Shea Childers.
Jacob Orville Christopher.
Sarah Lynn Kleinsmith.
Caleb Michael Coggins.
Brand R. Collins.
Alana Michaela Collins.
Job Edwin Cook.
Michaela Lynn Condit.
Caden Thomas Conrad.
Cade Croy Cordova.
Lauren Nicole Correa.
Desiree Renee Cornelison.
Erica Marie Cody.
Hannah Marie Cowley.
Dylan Charles Cox.
Briley Noel Brozier.
Sarah Nicole Christ.
Zachary Ryan Diedrich.
Lauren Vanessa de Santiago.
Yanali Yasmin Delgado Reyes.
Savannah Elise Delgado.
Michaela Brianne Duck.
Michael Caleb Dodson.
Austin Chase Duffy.
Caleb Jack Dudding.
Bane Donovan.
Casey Marie Duke.
Caleb Slade Dunham.
Nikki Lynn Duke.
Caden Wayne Eason.
Cody K. Eager.
Ebony Jeanette Topaz Idem.
Jessica Michelle Egbert.
Skylos Kin Elizondo.
Nicholas Elizares.
Ethan Daniel Escamilla.
Stephanie Page Ellard.
Amy Lynn Fagan.
Kelly Grace Evans.
Kelsey Renee Ferguson.
Kale Allen Farrington.
Macy Victoria Finley.
Catherine Elizabeth Fox.
Zoe Bryn Francis.
Victoria Peyton Frosto.
Hayden Luke Fruget.
Anissa Renee Fuentes.
Sierra Amanda Gallegos.
Jared Brett Gallegos.
Sarai Garay.
Genaro Adrian Garcia.
Juan Edgar Garcia.
Shosta Celeste Garcia.
Caden Kenneth Garman.
Juan Manuel Garcia Gamboa.
Trenton Scott George.
Tucker Cole Garza.
Keaton Thomas Goff.
Macy Ann Gillespie.
Matthew Alex Gomez.
Alexia Rose Goins.
Rodrigo Gomez Juarez.
Lexi Gomez.
Pat Valerie Gonzalez.
Isabel Michelle Gonzalez.
Cody Lynn Goodner.
Fernando Jose Gonzalez.
Morgan Bell Grace.
Haley Ann Gossett.
Erica Snow Green.
Brooke Lynn Briggs.
Isaiah Noel Guerrero.
Sydney Pearl Griggs.
Jonathan Isaac Guillen.
Melanie Itzel Gutierrez.
Nathan Elias Guzman.
Zachary Cole Hayden.
Grady Aaron Halcomb.
Jason Taylor Halcomb.
Melody Page Hamilton.
Carrie Ann Hardesty.
Slade O'Brien Harris.
Brooklyn Jade Heath.
Braden Edward Heiser.
Ruben Anthony Hendren.
Devin Everett Heiser.
Zachary Tydell Hendricks.
Gregory Nin Hernandez.
Luke Jaden Hernandez.
Lexi J. Highsmith.
William Grady Hodge.
Hayden Samuel Hollis.
Avery Michelle Horn.
Braden Roy Howard.
Jacob Aaron Howard.
Kennedy Love Howard.
Berkeley Suzanne Huddleston.
Avery-Ann Renee Hewlin.
Lucas Christopher Hunt.
Ashlyn Michelle Ingram.
Heidi Marie Jeck.
Brandon Richard Johnson.
Courtney Michelle Johnson.
Logan Bradley Johnson.
Zaprise Milagros Johnson.
Alexia Sophie Juarez.
Jason Chris Kelly.
Caitlin Beth Hare.
India Jade King.
Stephen Delaney Ketchum.
Joshua Nicholas Kaiser.
Samantha Lynn King.
Misty Drew Lang.
Brendan Michael Lang.
Renton Christopher Lansing.
Ethan Wade Lanham.
Grady McCrae Ledbetter.
Victoria Lee.
Gage Tyler Laughlin.
Spencer Lee Luthen.
Jesse Lopez.
Alyssa Rose Lomas.
Keely K. Lowe.
Bryson James Loveday.
Kayleen Christina Lozano.
Preston Cade Lowe.
Seth Ryan Lucero.
Alyssa K. Lucero.
Annalie Catherine Lujan.
Ashley Lucio.
Elizabeth Jewel Mayberry.
Derek Cole Lyons.
Elijah Vishon Mallory.
Saley D. McGee.
Eric Shane Martinez.
Francisco Marquez.
Riley Michelle Martinez.
Malia Alicia Martinez.
Harley Jade McCloskey.
Avery Kate Massengale.
Jenna Lee McCarthy.
Bailey Erica Massengale.
Lindley Autumn McClure.
Kyler Ryan Mays.
Nicolin Shea McGinty.
Nathan John McCollum.
Maya Andrea McKinney.
Ivy Meadow McKinley.
Andreas Daniel Mendoza.
Meredith Grace McWilliams.
Lindsay Sarah E. Miller.
Alyssa Diane Miera.
Miriam Alyssa Mills.
Patrick James Miller.
Daniel Lee Miskimen.
Julian Lee Miranda.
Randy Moncayo.
Jet Austin Miser.
Riley Lynn Moore.
Jerry Joe Montano III.
Jaden Nicole Murray.
Laurel Maslin Mulkey.
Luis Alexei Nava.
Madeline Marie Nakayama.
Joseph Anthony Nesbitt.
Madison Grace Nelson.
Abigail Marie Newland.
JC Lynn Nash.
Braden James Nichols.
Chase Tyler Newsom.
Lara Jameson Norris.
Trinity Alexis Nogler.
Jake Stephen Ocon.
Carly Elizabeth Noyes.
Jason O'Meara.
Bo Okechukwu Hyder.
Aaron Ovalle.
David Gabe Ortiz.
Jordan Faith Owens.
Malachi Malik Owens.
Kyer Parker.
Tyler Chance Padilla.
Delaney Grace Patterson.
Jace D. Parks.
Braden Cole Pelton.
Briley Elizabeth Peterson.
Alyssa Avery Perez.
Jesse James Perea.
Braden Isaac Perez.
Patrick David Perea.
Hunter Michael Phillips.
William James Peters.
Quentin Xavier Porter.
Addison Haley Perkle.
Jennifer Ray Puckett.
Stetson W. Province.
Ethan Cole Purdy.
Grace Michelle Pulliam.
Nathaniel Brian Quintana.
Jacqueline Kelly Pybus.
Nicholas Devin Quintana.
Natalie Diane Ramirez.
Braden Anthony Ratliff.
Victoria Grace Ramirez.
Michaela Avery Reeves.
Cheyenne Ashley Ray.
Alex Zane Rhodes.
Addison Renee Reimer.
Olivia Alexandria Risselman.
Braden Lane Riley.
Madison Ann Robinson.
Regan Gail Robertson.
Michaela Renee Rodriguez.
Dimitri Jason Rocha Torres.
Stephen Rodriguez Jr.
Ashley Fernanda Rodriguez Murillo.
Mason Jordan Romero.
Brooke Rihanna Rojas.
Janella Ramirez Rones.
Alyssa Nicole Romo.
Aiden Ruiz.
Timothy Blaine Rudder.
Isaac Elijah Saldivar.
Sydney Marie Ruiz.
Azucena Sanchez.
Ernesto Salgado.
Creighton Michael Sankovich.
Keegan Parker Sanchez.
Maggie Suzette Scroggins.
Tanner Cole Satterfield.
Maggie Claire Sharp.
Leeson Brianne Selman.
Mace L. Shockey.
Dylan Lane Shelton.
Samantha Jean Sizemore.
Brianna Nicole Simpson.
Hayden Glenn Smith.
Bradeja Kalisha Smith.
Riley Chance Smith.
Reese Elizabeth Smith.
John Andrew Ruiz Sudakit.
Merritt Snell.
Kiana Danielle Soto.
Desiree Ariesli Sotelo.
Bailey Cheyenne Sparger.
Logan Ashley Souls.
Tristan Dean Stafford.
Miranda Marie Spencer.
Austin Jameson Stashy.
Sophia Angelique Millsap.
Talia Beverly Ann Stintz.
Rivers Taylor
Luke Allen Stricker.
Jacob Forrest Stewart.
Brooklyn Ray Taylor.
Paige Elizabeth Swadling.
Fabian M. Twalde.
James Derek Taylor.
Tate Daniel Tiffin.
Katie Nicole Taylor.
Jacob Mikhail Tiarina.
Kanan R. Thomas.
Madeline May Tucker.
Anthony Miguel Tijerina.
Harley Nicole Tyke.
Juan Alonso Torres.
Bladen Andrew Urosity.
Caitlin Tuttle Richardson.
Nathan Tyler Urosity.
Caitlin McKenzie Vargas.
Darian I. Velarde.
Bradley David Velasquez.
Riley Michelle Velasquez.
Jeremiah Christian Bidari.
Madison Leah Vise.
Carson Lane Ward.
Gabriella Naya Washington.
Riley Janine Wells.
Gideon Sean White.
Ryan Elise Whitney.
Jaden Bruce Williams.
Colton Dale Wilhite.
Riley Brianne Wilson.
Mariah Jade Williams.
Haranza Zavala Ariaga.
Audrey Lane Rather.
Katarina Porfiria Zuniga.
Grant Charles Zuniga.
All right, graduates, please stand. Move your tassels right to left. I present to you the class of 2021. Congratulations, seniors.